So I'm going to look at number 7 quickly. The first part of the question, A, asks if there's a pure strategy Nash equilibrium for a simultaneous move game. And we'll play this out the same way we always do. We're going to make an assumption about the play of one side and come up with best response functions. So we'll start with blue player. Let's say blue thinks green is going to play S. That means blue is choosing between 30, 70, and 100. Out of that set, 100 is the most attractive. Next stop, assume green plays M. Now, blue is choosing between 60, 40, and 100. Out of those, 100 is the most attractive. Now we go to the last possible play. For green, blue assumes that green is going to play L. Now, blue is choosing across 60, 80, or 90. Out of those, 90 is the most attractive. So the first thing we pick up really quickly is that there actually is a dominant strategy for blue. No matter what green plays, blue will always play L. But just for the practice, we're going to pretend that we don't know that yet, and we'll also solve the other way. So solving for green's best responses, what we'll do is we're going to start by assuming that blue plays S, in which case green is looking at a choice of 30, 80, or 100. Out of those, 100 looks best. Next stop, assume blue plays M. Now we're looking at 140, 40, or 100. Out of those, 140 looks best. Last stop, we're going to assume blue plays L. Green is looking at 60, 80, or 10. Out of those, 80 looks best. So we have one unique pure strategy Nash equilibrium, which is going to be blue plays L and green plays M. So that's our unique pure strategy Nash equilibrium. And the payoffs that we're expecting are blue will get 100, green will get a payoff of 80. And we are done. So we can scoot along to part B. So the quick way to solve part B is assume that you've got the option of having green play first and blue will get to react to green. Since we already know that no matter what green does, small is a strictly dominated strategy for blue, medium is a strictly dominated strategy for blue. So really all that's happening is green is looking across that bottom column as possible outcomes, and that's the little swirly lines that we did before, right? So they're choosing across the 60, the 80, and the 10. So if they're allowed to go first, the best they can possibly do is get 80. So this is part B. If green plays first, they'll play M and get 80. That's exactly the same as they'd get under a simultaneous move game, so they won't pay anything to have the ability to go first. So for part C, it's actually a little bit different. We're going to let blue go first, and we're going to allow binding contracts to be made. And these contracts can sort of specify absolutely anything you want. So if you're just trying to maximize payout for both players combined, what you can do is walk through and figure out which one of these combined plays or strategy crosses is going to give you the highest total payout. Small, small will give you 60. Small, medium will give you 140. Small, large will give you 160. Medium, small will give you 210. Medium, medium will give you 80. Medium, large will give you 180. Large, small gives you 160. Large, medium gives you 180. And large, large gives you a combined payoff of 100. And when you look across all of those, the best possible combined payoff will be achieved if blue plays medium and green plays small. So if blue first and they play medium, we know green, seeing that move, their optimal play is already to play small. So the contract, if blue agrees to go first and blue plays medium, green will sort of follow the strategy we want them to automatically. So the next step is, what side payments do we have to have in order to get this to be sustainable? So green doesn't have to be paid anything, right? Because green is at least as well off as it could be in any other setting. So green sort of does a little happy dance. Blue is going to have to be paid at least the change from where they were before to where they are now. So, sorry, it was poor color choice. Blue is looking at going to 70 from 100. So blue loses 30. So there'd have to be a payment from green to blue for at least 30. And it can't exceed, green won't be willing to pay the max that they're willing to pay to make this move is they're moving from 80 to 140, so they're going up by 60, right? And that's the green line that I was drawing before. So you have to pay blue at least 30 and no more than 60, and then you get voluntary participation. So that's pretty much it. I think it gives all the solutions that we need for it.